I'm Tim, and this is Project 431. So in 2011, I was in a motorbike crash and I spent 6 months in hospital. I broke my spine, smashed my right leg to bits, I was paralysed from the waist down, and this left me in a bit of a state. I didn't know who I was without being able to walk. I'd never done anything, I'd never achieved anything. I'd never hiked, I'd never run, I'd never used my body in the way it was supposed to be used. After 6 months in hospital, I regained the muscle movement. Just a flicker at first, it was just my toes. And over a few years, I learned to walk again. Bars at first, and then with a Zimmer frame. I came on from there, using crutches, one crutch, walking sticks, one walking stick, and then I could walk again. The walking was never good. My right leg, from where I shattered my femur, my right leg just has never been the same. When it was set, they had to put a pin down there. They thought I was going to be paralysed. It didn't matter, it was a quick job. There were other things to worry about. So my right leg has never been straight. This has ongoing effects, obviously. My knee's bad, my ankle's bad, my hip's bad. But there's muscle wastage as well. There's the foot drop from the nerve damage. My right leg is significantly skinnier than my left. I can't do a single leg squat on my right leg. There's no strength in my ankle. I can't do a calf raise on my right leg. So my left leg does a lot of work. My ankle supinates. I walk badly. I walk on the outside of my right foot. So even walking is painful. But I was told I'd never do it. I did do it, and I can do it. And I can walk a really long way. I've hiked a long way. I've hiked 500 miles of the Camino de Santiago. I've hiked many of the UK's long trails. But I've never been able to run. Never been able to run. The leg doesn't move fast enough. It doesn't respond to the nerve commands fast enough. The muscles don't do what they're supposed to do. I always wondered what I should have done, what I could have done with my body before I had the injury. I didn't do anything. I was a stupid teenager. I drank, I smoked, and I partied. But life continued on the same. I loved Formula One, I loved MotoGP, I loved these races. And I got into endurance racing, and watching endurance racing, it's fascinating. What people do, 24 hours, they're putting themselves through hell driving these cars or riding these motorbikes. It was incredible. And then I found endurance running, found some crazy races to watch. I was watching the Spine race, I was watching UTMB, I was watching Moab, Western States. I always kind of looked at the races, the people running. Similar to the same trails sometimes. I'd hike the West Highland Way, the endurance race there. And I often thought, if only I could run. Well, I'd want to give it a go. Not that I think I could do it. I don't know if I could do it, but I'd want to give it a go. And then, one day, that if only became a what if. I was working in Scotland. It was the middle of summer, on the Isle of Skye. The place I was working was surrounded by beautiful heather, beautiful moorland. And the neighbour started a fire, and the fire spread, and it was a windy day, and I don't know. You've seen the middle of Scotland in the middle of summer on the rare occasion it's not raining. It can be hot, and it was dry, and it had been hot for weeks, and this fire just caught. The whole hillside was on fire, and we were, as a community, everyone who lived in the area came together to try and protect the houses, protect the buildings that were around. So we were in the heather, we were putting out this fire, trying to stop it, waiting for the fire brigade. They were 45 minutes away. Everyone came together, we were trying to beat this fire. And during that, there came a moment where I had to move faster than I'd ever moved. To call it a run would be unfair. It wasn't a run, it was a hobble. It was a hobble over rough ground. I fell over more than once. It was the fastest I'd moved in years. The next time I sat down to watch an endurance race, the if only became a what if. What if I could train myself to run? Could I learn to run? Mentally, I think I'm capable of pushing myself through some pain and some suffering. But physically, I was never capable. Could I make myself capable? Could I train myself like people train themselves all the time? And my if only became a solid what if. What if I pushed myself? What if I learned to run? Could I take part in these events? This is a Nick Bear quote. Belief comes before ability. And I believe mentally I'm strong enough. And if you're mentally strong enough, it shouldn't be that hard to make yourself physically strong enough. So I started running. I did Couch to 5K. That 12-week program took me 2 years. 2 years, tendonitis, torn calf, all of the damage to my left leg. Not even my right leg, not even my bad leg. All to my left leg, because the left leg was taking all of the impact all the time. But I got there, I ran the 5K, and
and I can run the 5K. I can go out and I can do 5K, and I can keep pushing myself. I can keep trying, and I will keep trying. I want to document that. I want to see how far I can go. Why Project 431? What's the name? I've never said it to anyone. I've never said it out loud, even. I've been scared to say it out loud. Because it's a huge swing. It's a huge swing. It's the biggest swing I've ever voluntarily taken in my life. And I may fall flat on my face. I may just get 3 weeks into the project, realise I can't do it, and then anyone who doesn't believe I can do it will be proven right. And I will know, and that will be that. I wasn't strong enough. Mentally wasn't strong enough. Physically wasn't strong enough. I wasn't strong enough. So we're going to take the swing. The Project 431 is the build-up to running the Spine race in the UK. 431 continuous kilometres along the Pennine Way, Northern England into Scotland. There's no date. There can't be a date. I don't know. It took me 2 years to run 5K. Can't put a date on it. It's terrifying. I've never said it out loud. I've never said it to anyone. I'm scared. It scares me. But our goals should scare us. And if our goals don't scare us, you're not aiming high enough. If you want to follow along with me. See how we go. I might fall flat on my face. Or it might be an absolute dream.